Listen, I'm sick of Mr. Elevation is Motivation or whatever nursery rhymes that he be saying in the beginning of his videos. I didn't believe that consciously voted third party or voted for Jill Stein. He did mention during the election that he was voting for Kamala. However, here's the issue. It's that you did so much shit talking on Kamala Harris that people actually thought you voted third party. This was the problem. Instead of focusing on the issues that we're going to have here in America, if that man got into office, you were so worried about what was going on in Palestine and Gaza. And let me just say this. I'm not saying that that is not important. However, you're willing to throw away our democracy for somebody else's democracy. This is why people are pissed off. Gaza, Gaza, Gaza. Yes, I care about what's going on over there too. However, I'm not going to throw away my freedoms for another country. That's not what I'm willing to do. And at the same time, the main issue is that Kamala was not in charge of anything. She was the vice president. What vice president do you know that has power or authority over anything? If you read her book, you would realize that they were trying to undermine and undercut her. And they were even worried about her getting too much shine over Biden if you read the book. The person that you should have smoke for is Joe Biden, the president, or the former president now. You should have smoke for him. Or actually, you should have smoke for Trump. That's the person you should be mad at. Also, who else deals with foreign affairs in the White House is the Secretary of State. You should be mad at that person too as well. But as far as Kamala, no. Kamala did what she was supposed to do. During her time running for president, she said, I want a ceasefire. I'm pushing for a ceasefire. That's all that she had to do. Like, honestly, what did you expect Kamala to do? Stop her campaign and just focus purely on Gaza? Like, she expected the people in the White House to handle that for her while she go out and do her thing and try to win the presidency. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way, but she repeatedly said, ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. How many times did you want her to say it? Let's go ahead and talk about this whole ceasefire thing because y'all like to pull up these articles. Mind you, we ain't never heard Truth Out Democracy Now, Mono Wise. We ain't never even heard of these sites. But hey, you want to use them, that's fine. This is where they got their information from. So there was some investigation that they did on Channel 13 in Israel, right? So when you click on the translated by drop site news, this is where it takes you. It takes you over to X, right? And basically they're going over the accounts of the whole ceasefire deal and everything like that. They criticize Biden for being basically passive. However, they hold the bulk of the responsibility on Netanyahu because the White House was pushing for some kind of deal or some kind of ceasefire. However, Netanyahu was trying to avoid all that because he wanted to basically flatten Gaza. But of course, those crazy leftists and people like Conscious Lee are just pushing like, they never asked for a ceasefire. See, and what it was is that it actually said this. We fought in Gaza for over a year and the administration never came to us and said ceasefire now. And mind you, it's in quotations. So as far as I see right here, it's saying like they never said the word like, we need the ceasefire now. It was more or less like they were pushing to end it, but they weren't aggressive with it. This is the way that I took it. But they're running with this and saying like, oh, see, they never asked for a ceasefire. They were fine with whatever was going on, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So again, that article just took that little part from this website, Drop Site News, instead of giving all the information. So if you read the whole thing, it's actually not a look at Biden, really. It's more about Netanyahu and what they were doing over there to those people in Gaza.